Good evening everyone. Today we are going to discuss some numerical based on reflection. Is that clear? So this is exercise 6.1 page number 3 now. See that we have to prove that when a reflecting surface of light is tilted by an angle of theta, the reflected light will be tilted by an angle of 2 theta. So please listen everyone. So this is the reflecting surface. I can give the name to this A and B dash. Sorry, A and B. A and B. There is an instant light is coming. This is called what? Instant light. This is called as a instant light, and it strikes the what? Reflecting surface at point O. So this is the instant ray. And we know that at the point of instance we have to draw a perpendicular line. At the point of instance we have to draw the perpendicular line. Is called what? This is called as a normal. It is a normal. So for this instant ray, what will happen? This will be what? Reflected ray. This will be reflected ray. I can take as a R1. Is that there is a normal ma? This is the instant ray, and according to laws of reflection, angle of instance will be equal to angle of reflection. By using that, I can say this will be. I can say, and this is this point, and this point I can take is what? That is angle I ma. This is angle I. Okay. And according to laws of reflection, angle of instance will also equal to what? Angle of reflection. So according to that, I can write this is also. Please understand. And this also will be what? Angle I ma. I can take this also will be angle I. Is that clear ma? This also will be angle I. Wait a minute ma. Fine. This is also angle I ma. Is that clear? Now what we will do? We are going to rotate the reflecting surface. We are going to rotate the reflecting surface. You just see that this is what? Reflecting surface. I am going to tilt the reflecting surface by an angle of theta. Suppose this will be what? We tilted, I can take here. You can see that this is A dash and this is B dash, and this angle is theta. Not this angle, and this angle is a theta. And what will happen? So here for this surface, n will be normal. For this surface, please understand this one. We are keeping the instant ray. In the same angle. Exactly, we just rotate the what? Only the mirror. So please understand this one. For AB, n is a normal. For A dash B dash, we need some normal, and this will be what? This will be a normal for A dash and B dash. Is that clear ma? And this is n dash, and this angle, it's called theta, which means the normal also displaced by an angle of theta. So we tilted the theta, and because of that the new normal also becomes a theta. And you know that here is fully what? So it is fully I ma. This is fully I. I told you this is fully I. Is that clear? If this is fully I ma, then what about this one? It is called a theta, What about this one? And this will be I minus theta. Is that clear ma? This is full angle is I ma. This angle is theta. So if you subtract the theta with I, you will get what? I minus theta. And what will be the angle of instance? The angle between the instant ray and the normal. Here you can see that this is the normal. Okay. Now this angle will be what? And this angle, the full angle. So initially this I ma, now it is theta, and this will be what? I plus theta. This is I plus theta. The next one. So when you tilted the mirror with some angle, so the reflected ray will be this one. This will be the reflected ray. This is called R2. Is that clear? So before that, please understand this one. So before tilting the mirror, the angle of incidence is what? That is I. Then after tilted, the angle of incidence will be I plus theta. So like that, after incidence, the angle between the, after tilting the mirror, the angle between the new reflected ray and the normal will be what? That is also I plus theta. That is also I plus theta. So this is I plus theta and this is also I plus theta. So we want to know the angle between what? R1 to R2. We want to know the angle between the R1 to R2. This I can take a X, ma. This I can take a X. Is that clear, ma? So we want to know the difference between R1 and R2. So here you can see that this full angle is what? This full angle is I plus theta. Is that clear? This full angle is I plus theta. And this angle is called what? And this angle is I minus theta. Is that clear? So from I plus theta, if we subtract I minus theta, you can get this angle. Or you can see that this full angle I plus theta will be equal to what? I minus theta plus X. Am I right, ma? Is that clear? So this angle, this full angle I plus theta, and this angle is I minus theta. We consider this angle is a X. So I can write the total angle is I plus theta will be equal to, see that, ma? That is I plus theta. I plus theta will be equal to I minus theta and X, ma. That is I minus theta plus X, ma. Is that clear? Now we want to know the what? X, the difference between R1 and R2. So from this X will be equal to I plus theta minus, so this will be I minus theta, you know, this is I minus theta. So I plus theta, if you come this side, it become I minus theta. So I plus theta, we change it to this side, that is minus I minus theta. So from this, here you can I plus theta, so multiplying the minus inside, minus I plus theta, so minus I and plus I will cancel, and X equal to 2 theta. X equal to 2 theta. Is it clear, ma? So initially the angle of incidence is I. The angle of reflection also what? R. That R. So we can call it as a I. Is that clear? Then after that we tilted by a mirror by an angle of theta, and because of that the new angle of incidence is I plus theta, and the new angle of reflection is also I plus theta. Is that clear, ma? And we already before that I told you know this will be what? I minus theta. I told you before, you know. So by using that, the total angle is I plus theta, ma, and this will be what? I minus theta. This will be I minus theta. So if we add I plus theta, if we add I minus theta and plus X, that is equal to what? I plus theta. Is that clear, everyone? Here you can see that, you know. See, this is fully what? This is fully I plus theta. Is that clear? And this one will be what? I minus theta. And this one will be what? X. This one will be X. So if you want to know the value of X, this full angle I plus theta, ma. This full angle I can say that if I plus theta will be equal to I minus theta plus X. So here you can I plus theta equal to I minus theta plus X. So from this we found the X. Is that clear? So from this we found that, so when you are tilted by the mirror with an angle of theta, the reflected rays also are, the difference between the initial reflected ray and the final reflected ray also becomes a 2 times of the tilting angle, that is X is equal to 2 theta. Is that clear, ma? So that time maybe they will ask me any 1 mark or any 2 mark question. Is that clear? So when you, please understand this one, so when you tilt the mirror by an angle of 2 theta, that the reflected ray also will change as a 2 theta. Is that clear, ma? Now coming to next example, that is example 6.2, page number 5. Page number 5. Page number is 5. So which means, what is the height of the mirror needed to be see the image of a person fully on the mirror? So that is, see that exercise 6.2, ma, then page number 5, ma. So please understand this one. We want to see we are standing in front of the plane mirror. If you want to see the full size of the image, if you want to see the full size of the image of an object, what will be the minimum height of the mirror? The question is, what will be the minimum height of the mirror? So you can see that this will be what? I can take this will be a mirror ma. This will be a mirror. Is that clear? And we have a person. We have a person. We have a person ma. Is that clear? Or else I can give them different colors ma. So we have the person. So not this color. It's not equal. I can give this one. Yes. Listen ma, this is the person. So this is head of the person ma. This is a feet, you know, the foot I can take. This is a foot ma. So if you want to full size of the image, what will happen? We want to see the head and we want to see the leg. Am I right? So that will be the full size, you know. So and the total height of the person, I can call it as a h ma. The total height of the person, this will be I can take as a h. This will be a total height of the person is called h. Is it clear? I am going to divide this h into 2. I am going to divide the h into 2, and here you can say this will be what? I can take as a h1 ma. H1, and the remaining portion, you know, this remaining portion, so till the leg, you know, that will be h2 ma. So we are dividing the human body into two types. One is h1, one is h2. And we studied that in the plane mirror, the height of the object is always equal to what? The height of the image. Both will be same. So here also I can take this will be the image ma. This will be a image of a person. Is that clear? You just see that there are two rays ma. One, we are taking the two rays. One is what? From the head of the person. Head of the person. Then another one I can take what? So another one I can take from the what? From the leg or from the foot of the person. From the foot of the person. Then after reflecting, it reaches what? The eye of the person. It reaches up, right? That's a one ray going from what? Head of the person. After reflection, it passes to the eye. So this will be I can take ma, and this will be what? Eye position ma. This is eye ma. Here it is a eye. Like that. After reflection, the ray coming from the bottom, you know, it also reaches what? It also reaches the eye ma. It is also reaches the eye. Is it clear everyone? This also reaches the eye ma. Is it clear? Then fine. So you can see that. We can see that this will be what? Bisecting line, normal to the mirror. This is a normal to the mirror. And this will be what? This will be h1 by 2 pa. We are dividing this total height is h1, you know. We are dividing this one is h1 by 2, and this also h1 by 2 ma. Like that. If we draw the normal to this side, and this will be what? So we are dividing this total height as h2. We are dividing it equally, that is h2 by 2, and this is also h2 by 2 pa. And this is I can take x, and this is I can take y. This is x pa, this is y pa. Okay. And if we extend the reflected ray, it will meet to head of the person. If we extended the what? Reflected ray for the lower, it also appears to be meet what? The person's leg. So here where will the reflection takes place? The reflection takes place only what? About this side. So this is the minimum length, you know. Exactly, up to only we have what? Here you can see that. So up to only here we have a reflection. Here we have a reflection. So here one reflection is happening, and here also we have a reflection is happening. So if you want to if you want to see the full size of the image, at least we need a mirror which is equal to what? The distance between x and y ma. Only this part taking reflection, you know. Only this part is taking reflection. And what will be the x? You can state ma. That will be what? That will be h1 by 2 ma. So what is my y? You can take this one, y. That also will be what? That also you can see that is h2 by 2 ma. You can see that ma, up to this portion h1 by 2 ma. Up to this portion is what? h2 by 2 ma. So I can take the distance between x and y. The distance between the x and y, which means this is the minimum length of the mirror, so that we can get the reflected ray from the what? From the bottom of the person, from the head of the person. So xy equal, what is the distance of x? This x will be h1 by 2 ma. We want to know this length, you know. We want to know this length. And this one will be what? h1 by 2. This one will be h2 by 2 ma. By putting this one h1 by 2 plus h2 by 2 ma. Is that clear? So from this xy equal to 2 ma h1 plus h2 ma. From this xy equal to h1 plus h2 ma divided by 2, and what will be the h1 plus h2? So we are dividing the total height. We are dividing the total height as h1 h2. If we add the h1 plus h2, that will be equal to what? Height of the person. So that will be h by 2 ma. Is that clear? So from this we can see that, so this is the what? Minimum length of the mirror. We need what? To see the full size. So if you want to see the full size of the person, we need the length of the mirror at least half of the height of the person. If you want to see the full size of image of an object or image of the person, we need at least what? Half of the distance of the person, half of the height of the person. Is that clear? So this is the proof we got. If you want to see the full size of an object in the plane mirror, we need a mirror whose size should be half of the height of the person. Is that clear, pa? Is that clear? This is exercise 6.2, pa. So which means there is a only reflection take place only x and y, ma. So we are concentrating only what? The distance between the x and y, ma. This is h1 by 2, this is h2 by 2, ma. Is that clear? And next one, this is exercise 6.4, ma. This is exercise 6.4. Exercise 6.4. This is page number 11, ma. This is page number 11. Is that clear? So what is the question? So please understand everyone. This is the concave mirror and this is the pole, ma. This is the pole. So please understand here. A thin rod of length f by 3 is placed along the optical axis of a concave mirror of focal length f such that its image, which is real and elongated, just touches the rod. Calculate the longitudinal magnification. So listen there. So they are placing an object, ma. An object here they are placing what? A rod which has the length of f by 3. I can take the length of the rod is f by 3, ma. What is my f? Focal length of the mirror. And it is placed on the optical axis. What is the optical axis? It's called principal axis. It's called principal axis. Then what will the nature? So they are telling, you can see that it's such that the image which real and elongated just touches the rod, which means the image of the rod touches what? Its original. Which means here we can see that the image touches the object. Image, it touches the object. Which means I can say that the image and the position should be the same. Then only what? They will touch, you know. So when the object distance will be equal to the image distance, they will start to touch. So what will happen? So we can say that surely that will possible only. So the object distance and image distance is equal. So please the keyword, ma, they are telling such that its image which is real and elongated just touches the rod, which means they are telling the image and the object is what? They are coincide with each other. Not a fully, they are only what? Just touches. How they will keep on? So you can see this is C, ma. This is C. This will be a rod, ma. This will be a rod. This will be rod and this length is f by 3, ma. And this is what? Object distance from the mirror. This is U, ma. From the distance mirror, and we have an image, you know. We have an image. Is that clear? So this will I can draw with some other color, ma. So you can see that this will be what? Image, ma. This will image. So that you can see that the image boundary just touches what? The object boundary, you know. Exactly. This is called what? Rod. This is called rod. This is image of a rod. This is rod. This is image of rod, and you can see that the image of the rod just touches the what? Object, original rod. It's an object. Is that clear? So we want to know what will be its magnification. We want to know the magnification. I can write, ma. So this will be what? This will be V, ma. That is image distance. This will be V. Is that clear? So first of all, I want to write the magnification. What is the magnification? So the magnification is divided equal to the longitudinal length of the image number. Longitudinal length of the image, which means image distance divided by object distance, height of the image by height of the object, we can put anywhere. So the longitudinal magnification is given by longitudinal length of the image divided by longitudinal length of an object. So according to that, I can write m equal to L dash divided by L ma. What's my L dash? The length of an image. What's my L? The original length of the rod. Is that clear? So we found that from the given value, so m equal to ma, that is L dash divided by, what is the value of L? That is f by 3 ma, f by 3, and m is equal to L dash, 3 will go upside, you know, that is 3 L divided by f ma. So from this, L dash equal to m f by 3 ma, m f by 3. So please, this is I can take that, this will be equation number 1. And what is my L dash? And this will be L dash ma, and this will be L dash. Is that clear? Up to this ma. And the distance between these two, the distance between the center of curvature, and the pole will be called u dash ma. The distance, listen ma, so this length is L dash ma, and this will be f by 3. The distance between the center of curvature and the pole is called u dash ma, and the pole is called u dash. And coming to this one, so I will rub this ma. See that, see the u dash. The u dash equal to, we want to the value of u dash thambi. What is my u dash? This fully u dash thambi. This fully u dash. So u dash will be equal to u plus f3. Am I right? So I will write this u dash equal to u plus f by 3. So I can write u dash equal to u plus f by 3 ma. U plus f by 3. And we know that what will the distance of, this is equation number 1 ma. This is equation number 2. And what will be the distance of u dash? You can see that. So this is C, this is u dash, you know, this is P. The distance between pole and curvature is called what? Please understand, u dash is the distance between P and C. Is that clear? So what is the P and C? Pole and curvature. The distance between pole and curvature is called what? Radius of curvature. I can take the u dash also equal to, that is called what? 2f. We studied, you know. This is equation number 3 pa. This is equation number 3. Now comparing 2 and 3, equations 2 and 3, you can write 2f equal to u plus f by 3 pa. So now you transfer the f by 3 to that side, it become u equal to 2f minus f by 3 pa. Minus f by 3. Is that clear? I love this pa. Is that clear? So now taking LCM what? U equal to, I can take 3 as a LCM ma, and this will be what? 6f minus f ma. 6f minus f. So from this u equal to 5f by 3 ma. This is equation number 4 ma. So we got the value of u. We got the value of u. Now we want to know the position of an image, and this will be what? The position of the image ma. This is the position of the image. So from this we can say that the v equal to, what is the v? How do you find the v? If we add u, if we add f by 3, if we add L dash, we can get v, you know. So the v is equal to u plus f by 3 plus L dash. So I can write that is u plus f by 3 plus L dash plus L dash. That will be total length of an image. Total length of an image. So u, f by 3 and L dash. Is that clear? So v equal to, what is the value of u? That is 5f by 3 pa, plus, what is my f by 3? We can keep it as same. What is my L? Sorry, L dash. So I think we put the L dash as, what is the L dash pa? So I think we put the L dash equal to, that is yes, I think that is 3f by 3, I think so. Am I right? Not 3f. That is what we studied that. So I can write again. That is L dash by L, that is equal to L dash divided by f by 3 pa. So that is here we have a m. So m equal to 3 L dash divided by f pa. Then L dash equal to m of by 3. Correct. So that is, I can take pa. That is, this will be m f by 3 pa. This is L dash. We found already. We found already pa. Is that clear? So now taking LCM. So 3 is the LCM in all the cases, you know. So from this V equal to, that is 3 bar, and here we have what? 6F plus MF thambi, and V is equal to, taking a 6 outside, taking F outside, and F, then V is equal to 6 plus M divided by 3 thambi, and this is the value of V thambi. This is the value of V. I can take this equation number 5 thambi. This is equation number 5. So now, using the mirror formula, what's the mirror? I will wrap this one. What's the mirror formula? We studied that. So according to mirror's formula, 1 by F equal to 1 by V plus 1 by U thambi. 1 by U. So in place of 1 by F, you put 1 by F thambi. But in concave mirror, according to apply the sign convention, according to our sign convention, in the case of concave mirror, U is a minus, V is a minus, F also will be minus. All the value minus ma in case of concave mirror. So only one point that will be, that the sign convention will change, that is when you place an object between P and F. So we don't want to talk about the P and F because we are placing the object C. In coming to, I think you can see, you can refer your 9th standard book. So we have a 6 ray diagram conditions for a concave mirror, image formation condition for concave mirror. In that diagram, if you refer all the 5 diagrams, you can see that all the 6 diagrams, you can see that up to 5 diagrams, U is a minus and V is a minus, then F also will be minus. So the sign convention will change only for what? When you place the object between P and F. Is that clear? Which means that case the V becomes a positive, then rest of the things always negative. So I can put minus according to applying sign convention. Applying sign convention. Minus F equal to 1 by V. What is the value of V ma? So here you can say V is what? F into 6 plus M by 3. According to sign convention, it is a minus. According to sign convention, it's a minus. Now what is U? So 1 by U. What is my U found? Then U is equal to 5 by 3 ma. According to sign convention, this is also minus. According to sign convention, and this is also minus ma. Exactly, I will rub this rest of the things ma. 1 by F ma, I can rub this also. We here appear 1 value. 1 by F ma. Here it will be a minus. Is it clear? Now you can this 3 will go up, you know. It will be in the denominator, you know. It will go upside. Then what will happen? Minus 1 by F ma, that is equal to minus 3 by F into 6 plus M. Then this 3 also go upside, that is minus 3 divided by 5F ma. That is 5F. Now you transfer this minus 3 by 5F to the what? In the left side, it become a positive, you know. That is, I can take 3 5F plus, minus 1 by F equal to minus 3 divided by F into 6 plus M. F into 6 plus M. I will grab this now. I want some space, you know. I will grab this. So remaining thing, here you can see that. You see, here you can see that if you take a LCM for this side, and that is 5F will be LCM. 5F will be LCM. That is 3 minus 5 ma. 3 minus 5. That is equal to minus 3 divided by F into 6 plus M ma. And here it become minus 2 divided by 5F ma. And here minus 3 divided by F 6 plus M ma. And we know that minus and minus will cancel. Now you take the F both side ma. So F also will be cancelled. That is 2 by 5 equal to 3 by 6 plus M ma. 6 plus M. Now you take this one. Now doing cross multiply. By doing cross multiply, that is 2 into 6 plus M equal to 3 into 5, 15 ma. 3 into 5, 15. So from this will be what? And that will be 12, I think so. 12 plus 12M equal to 15 by, this is 6M. Is equal to 6M. Then 15 by 2 plus 6, 12 ma. Then 2 plus, this will be 2M. This will be a 2M. That is equal to 15. If you transfer that, that is 2M equal to 15 minus 12 ma. Then 2M will be equal to 3 ma, and M equal to 3 by 2, that is M equal to 1.5 ma. This will be a magnification. The longitudinal magnifications in the case of rod, when the image of a rod touches the what? Its own rod. Is that clear? So we want to know that the ultimate is what? The formula is what? We want to know the value of u and v. So if you found the value of u and v, easily you can solve the problem. This is exercise 6.4, page number, that is 11. Is that clear? So we saw that u value is a 5 by f and v is equal to what? U plus f by 3 plus L dash. This is the way we can calculate what? The longitudinal magnification.